Everybody else has already said that, pal. Thanks for chiming in. A little something fell into my lap years ago. A good friend of mine, a number of years ago, a friend of mine who I've known for decades as a fan of British television. He's a few years older than me and was a video collector. I got a number of things from him. He directed me to The Prisoner. Fantastic show. He, among other people, had strongly recommended Blake Seven. One of the things that fell in my lap from him, VM, he put together, this was long after I had met him, long after I'd known him, after we had sort of grown up, if you could say we have grown up, he sent me a disc. The front cover of the 2-disc DVD set was something called Star Maidens, which I have never seen. He told me, oh, you got to see it. And, well, it's from 1967. It was a production between England and Germany. And in England, it was ITV. And some of the names involved included the name John Lucarotti and Ian Stewart Black, both of which had written for Doctor Who, and I think at least Ian Stewart Black wrote for one or two stories, I think, for The Avengers. When I say The Avengers, I mean John Steed and probably Emma Peel, maybe even before then, or maybe even after. The Tara King episodes were after, the Kathy Gale episodes were before. Regardless, there's this show clearly firmly planted. If you see any of the pictures, it's firmly planted right in the middle of the 70s. Broadcast in 76. 13 episodes. That's it, folks. Which isn't uncommon, apparently, in England. You have a show, you get a season or two, might be a 6-episode season, 7-episode season, 13-episode season, 12-episode season. It's hard to say. Depends on what the financing is. Having seen Blake Seven, looking at a couple of pictures, this makes me think of Blake Seven. Certainly the period, certainly the 70s look, the sets, costumes. There was, looking at the cast, the cast does include, at least in part, the name Gareth Thomas. Anyone who's a Blake Seven fan knows the name of Gareth Thomas. No longer with us anymore. He was Blake in Blake Seven. I'm just going to go ahead and watch. I have very few preconceived notions about this thing. If I hadn't known that this was produced in 75 and broadcast in 76, I would have been able to tell by the music. Good Lord. And the horns. So does that feel like Blake Seven? I still want to hear the Blake Seven theme right now. Do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. It's the Mall of America. Wow. Okay, I like the steps. I like the stairs. That's kind of cool. Gareth Thomas. And he looks kind of young, but that hair, these streaks. Now, the computers are very Blake Seven styled.
But how are you going to get hold of the electronic keys and the astronavigation chart?
As Fulvia's personal domestic, I enjoy certain
Privileges? Yeah. Acrylic. And not just the set either. There's a lot of acrylic, I believe. Acrylic fruit, acrylic lights, acrylic costumes. Is there any other acrylic?
Turn on. Alice, aren't you going to tell me that I look more beautiful than I did yesterday?
yes, madam.
Then say it.
Then how is this any different from...
You look more beautiful than yesterday, Supreme Counselor Fulvia.
We can't drive a space yacht, Adam. It's far too difficult for a man.
You're really watching.
Oh, wow.
Stop where you are.
Now, is this the music, or is it the alarm?
Security alert in Sector 12. Security alert.
Actually, some of the production of this reminds me of a show from NBC, which was the very, very early 80s, 1980 even. Cliffhangers. Oh, yes. That is awesome. I support the police. You're just a man.
Yeah, the ship was built for Pleasant Planet. Must be paradise.
Wait till you get there. Make sure it's not 2020. People are pricks.
You know how our women masters like to talk. By the time they finish arguing about us, we'll be through the asteroid belt.
Has that a comment against women or against men? Doesn't matter, does it? Is it a ring? Please tell me it's a ring.
Then it is controlled.
By what?
Looks like a bearded Ian Holm, except Ian Holm had more hair back then.
Another star system?
Again, just for your...
Don't question my exposition. Or this awesome music. Makes me think of the music from the movie Mitchell. Mitchell! Maybe that's a wig too. I don't know. Gareth Thomas has had a lot of Tom Baker's hair, if I remember right. I keep thinking of this Saturday Night Live sketch with a race of women space travelers and a race of men space travelers, and they crash their ships together. Is this porn music? I love that she's got a bedazzler that she uses on her face. That must have been a significant amount of the budget. Wow. I'm still stunned. It's more people need to know about this. They really do, and I need to see more cops from that show. I must admit, I got kind of a kick out of that. I'll have to watch some more. I don't know if anyone needs to be subjected to... Oh, that's rude for me to say that. It's not. It's a quirky little artifact of the time. I think that's safe to say. We'll see where it goes. It may go back on my shelf for an extended period of time, or I might just watch a little bit more. You folks take care. Thanks very much for tuning in.